is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, the situation in Chicago with those illegal immigrants is really heating up. And Black Chicagoans are feeling the loss of resources going out of their community and into the illegal immigrant community. And they are pushing back. Now they are threatening the Democratic Party that if they don't end the sanctuary city of Chicago, they are going to vote Republican or Independent. And I think they are serious.
We're here to say to Black aldermen who are elected by the Black citizens of Chicago that we are fed up with you not hearing our stress and our demands, but rather do what you want to do to please the Democratic Party. We are fed up with you for not taking the lead to stop the buses. We are fed up with you for not demanding of Brandon Johnson to remove illegal immigrants from our communities. And we're also here to say we are denouncing Alderman William Hall and Lamont Robinson for going to the border to look into the eyes of illegal immigrants, but has failed to look into the eyes of homeless Black men, women, and children and other citizens of Chicago. Yes. We have veterans who have served this country who are homeless. Have you looked into their eyes? Alderman Yancey, Alderman Hall, Alderman Robinson, there are 68,440 homeless people in Chicago. Oh. We have black school-aged children sleeping in cars. Have you looked into their eyes? No, you have not. Yet illegal immigrants are sleeping in hotels in the city of Chicago paid by the citizens of Chicago. The white corporate-dominated news media have been unwilling to discuss the role that has never happened before about how immigration is contributing to deteriorating economic and social conditions for Blacks who live on the south and west side of Chicago. If this mass increase of immigration continues, all wages and employment for Black workers and potential workers will fall. Our position is that we will not quietly sit by and allow poor, destitute people from around the world come to Chicago and be dumped into poor, destitute communities in the city of Chicago to please the political agenda of Black aldermen, the mayor of the city of Chicago, and the governor of the state of Illinois, as well as the president of the United States. Exactly. So based on all of that, we feel as if it's time for us to act. So these are our demands for Black aldermen in this city, for the mayor in this city, and for the governor of the state of Illinois. Number one, we want the mayor to sign the executive order immediately ending sanctuary cities. Remove illegal immigrants from our community. We demand of the mayor and aldermen to not allow any more busloads of illegal immigrants into the city of Chicago. We demand that the aldermen vote no on the budget that includes an additional $150 million or more, or any amount for immigrants, because these are taxpayers' dollars. We demand a funded office of freedmen for Black descendants of American chattel slavery. We support the candidacy of Republicans, Independents, and Democrats who oppose sanctuary cities. We demand that you support Illinois African American for equitable redistricting map and Standing Committee for Black Student Achievement. And we demand that the land grab of senior citizens' homes and to replace us with illegal immigrants. Those are our demands. And this is what we expect our elected officials to do. They are not representing us. They are representing everybody else but us. Illegal immigration and everything else. We voted for you to get into these positions of power so that you can represent our interests, and we have concluded that you're not representing our interests, and we are organizing. We are organizing to remove any politician, Black, white, otherwise, if you're not going to represent the interests of Black people in the city of Chicago.
I apologize for the audio. Apparently they were outside and there was traffic going back and forth, but I heard them well, and I hope you did too. These are my people. These are American descendants of chattel slavery, and I am glad they're making their voices heard, and I stand with them 100%. And they weren't asking, they weren't begging, they weren't pleading. She said, we are demanding that the mayor of Chicago writes an executive order ending Chicago as a sanctuary city. That's very strong language. And then she called out those two aldermen, and I think they're both black, talking about they went down to the Mexican border and looked into the eyes of the illegal immigrants. And she said, well, you need to look into the eyes of the veterans. There are too many veterans in the United States who have served in the United States military that are homeless, or they're having post-traumatic stress syndrome, all kinds of issues related to them serving in the military. And then you're going to put some illegals over them. You're going to put the needs of some illegals over their needs. It's unconscionable. And this is ridiculous anyway. They're going to bring all of those illegals up in here and dump them in the black community. And what resources should be going to the black community will be going to them. And even in New York, they said, hey, they took them out of those luxury hotels and sent them to a tent city, whatever it is, and they wouldn't get off the bus, saying, those accommodations weren't up to where they had been in the hotel. Not to mention the fact that they had burners up in the hotel rooms cooking. In a luxury hotel, they were up in there cooking dinner because what they were being served was not what they wanted. Now, the person that was saying that could have been exaggerating, but they wouldn't get off the bus. I'm curious to know, whoever is inviting those people to just come up here, what are they telling those people? What are they telling those people that they will come up here risking lives, spending all of their money to some crook to try to get them to the United States? What are they telling those people? Now they're up here and wintertime is coming. And if you're in New York, it's cold enough in New York. I've lived in New York in the wintertime, so I know it's cold. But what I'm told, it is colder in Chicago. So America has created a global narrative that you can come to the United States and be living on Easy Street the minute you get off the bus or the plane or cross the fence. People in Texas and Arizona in particular have been complaining about people coming across that border. They wake up in the morning and they're out there sleeping in their backyard. They have been complaining about it for years. But because those are red states, America hasn't done anything about it. I don't know who's inviting these people up here, but there's been a problem for a long time. So the governor of Texas is saying, okay, you got a sanctuary city, I'm going to send them to you. That is why he's sending them to these big cities, New York City and Chicago, and I'm sure there are others, but these are the major cities that they're sending them because they say, we're not going to prosecute you because you're an illegal. Well, who wouldn't want to go there? And what I like about the black Chicagoans, they're not just standing around complaining, oh, look at what they're doing to us. Oh, they're taking our resources. No, they're doing something about it. They gave them an ultimatum. Either you sign that executive order removing Chicago as a sanctuary city, or you're going to get voted out. It really is that simple. I really like that. So I'm going to read a little bit from this article about it. It says, Black Chicago residents are rallying against Mayor Brandon Johnson's support for sanctuary city policies and the allocation of millions for illegal immigrants. The group is threatening to vote for Republicans if Democrats continue to prioritize the Hispanic lobby over the black community, putting the city leaders in a difficult position. So the black people are saying we're going head to head with this Hispanic lobby. Demands include ending sanctuary city, removing illegal immigrants, and supporting candidates opposing Sanctuary City. Does it sound like white people? Somewhat, yeah. The group particularly expressed their frustration at being marginalized and mistreated, warning that they will no longer vote based on party affiliation or race. Okay, that's taking it to another level. We're here to say to black aldermen who are elected by the black citizens of Chicago that we are fed up with you not hearing our stress and our demands, but rather do what you want to do to please the Democratic Party. We are fed up with you for not taking the lead to stop the buses. We are fed up with you for not demanding of Brandon Johnson to remove illegal immigrants from our community. And we're also here to say we are denouncing Alderman William Hall and Lamont Robinson for going to the border to look into the eyes of illegal immigrants, but has failed to look into the eyes of homeless black men, women, and children and other citizens of Chicago. We have veterans who have served this country who are homeless. Have you looked into their eyes? This sounds like Tea Party rhetoric. The Tea Party, the party that took over the Republican Party and made it what it is today, was established in 1990, 33 years ago. And it looks like that is what black Americans are going to have to do with the Democratic Party. Tea Party members risked losing elections to make their voices heard. They refused to support Republicans who did not support the agenda that they wanted, mainly abortion. They wanted abortion ended. They were the pro-life party. And you see what happened. It took a while, but you see what happened. In June of 2022, the United States Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, ending abortion in America as it had been. So yeah, the Tea Party played some serious hardball with the Republican Party. For those Republicans that didn't follow their agenda, let me say, they wouldn't vote for them. So a lot of Democrats got put in office, some of them for one season, because when the voting came back around, the candidates that they supported them. And this is what black Americans are going to have to do. First and foremost, black Americans are going to have to make sure that the people they're putting into office are ADOS, FBA, Hebrew Israelites, whatever you want to call them. They have to be our people. Because if they came from Haiti or Trinidad or Nigeria, those are not necessarily our people, and they are not going to advocate for our causes. So that's the first thing that black people, especially in these large cities, have to do. You have to make sure that your representatives are on your agenda. And that is what it looks like the people in Chicago are doing. I'm just going to stop and give a special shout out to the brothers on each end. It looks like they're both walking with canes, and one of them appears to be a veteran, but they are there supporting their community. And that is very important. We don't like to be separate like this, but if you came here from Nigeria as an illegal immigrant, then you're going to be supporting the people who support the sanctuary city. And it's not that, oh, y'all are against Nigeria. No. It's Donald Trump is right about one thing he said. Either you have a country or you don't. Every country in this world has immigration policies. You don't just walk up into their country and start living and start voting, and you definitely don't start taking resources away from the citizens of that country. There is no country in the world where the politicians or the officials of that country, city, or state should prioritize people who came in there illegally over the tax-paying citizens. And black people are tax-paying citizens. Okay, y'all, so let me know what you think about this. I fully support the black Chicagoans, and I wish them much success as they stay on their journey. They will have some success. The one thing they can do, they can be successful at moving those people out of office. And it sounds like they're up to the task. Okay, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.